People keep telling me this one phrase, and it irritates me so much. People say, quarterbacks are overrated. Quarterbacks get too much credit. Please stop. Please never, ever say that again to me. It is so annoying. I watched the Cheez-It Bowl the other night. TCU and Cal. 9 interceptions between the two teams combined. It was 10-7. It took overtime to get to the end of the game. It was awful. It was ugly. It was miserable. It was one of the most abysmal games I have ever watched in my life. I do not want to watch bad quarterback play. Stop telling me quarterbacks are overrated and get too much credit. You know what was a great bowl game? Iowa State, Washington State. You had 2 really good quarterbacks. It was fun because the quarterbacks didn't suck. Please stop telling me that quarterbacks are overrated. What good quarterbacks do is make football interesting and fun. Just don't ever tell me quarterbacks are overrated. It's the most annoying thing that people consistently tell me about football. And to further my argument just a little bit, I want to make a point about, let's move from college to the NFL. Numerous NFL coaches were fired today. You know, the Broncos fired their head coach, Vance Joseph. Who was Vance Joseph's quarterback? Oh, Case Keenum. He didn't have a great quarterback. He got fired. How about the Dolphins fired their head coach, Adam Gase? Yeah, his 2 quarterbacks this year were Ryan Tannehill and Brock Osweiler. He had a rotating cast. Bad quarterbacks, coach fired. The Bengals head coach, Marvin Lewis, got fired. His quarterback, not a great quarterback, Andy Dalton. Dirk Krutter in Tampa Bay had Jameis Winston. Steve Wilkes of the Cardinals, Todd Bowles of the Jets. They both had rookie quarterbacks. What's the consistent trend here? If you don't have a quarterback, you're going to get fired. Do not tell me quarterbacks are overvalued. They're not. You can't win without them. You need them, and they make football interesting and entertaining. Football's worth watching when you have good quarterbacks. I am so tired of that argument that they're overrated. I mean, look, Adam Gase is a good coach. The Miami Dolphins head coach that just got fired was a good head coach that never had a truly great starting quarterback. If you don't have a quarterback, you can't win, and you get fired. Now, here's what I will agree with. Quarterbacks are overrated. I think that's ridiculous. But we do overpay quarterbacks. Quarterbacks make too much money, and there's a real problem right now that when you pay a quarterback too much money, it cripples your franchise. You can't build a good roster because you can't pay enough people. I don't fault quarterbacks for taking as much money as humanly possible. If someone offered me $30 million, I'm not going to go, I'd rather make 11 because it's good for my team. Like, I don't know how I would handle that situation. Thank God no one's ever going to offer me $30 million to be an NFL quarterback. But we see a trend today. There are 6 quarterbacks, the 6 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, and none of them made the NFL playoffs. Aaron Rodgers makes $33.5 million. Packers didn't make the playoffs. Matt Ryan makes $30 million a year. No playoffs. Kirk Cousins, $28 million, no playoffs. Jimmy Garoppolo, $27.5 million. He got hurt. I don't think he would have made the playoffs anyways. Matthew Stafford, $27 million. The Lions are not in the playoffs. And finally, Derek Carr, $25 million. They're not making the playoffs. The 6 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL have bad rosters and did not make the playoffs. Again, I'll never be offered $30 million in my life, and for that I am so glad, because it would be such a conflicting offer for me to deal with. I would call my dad and be like, Dad, what do I do? Because it's $30 million. You can't say no. If you're the quarterback offered $30 million, you can't say no. But you understand that by accepting a $30 million contract to play quarterback, you're crippling the rest of your team, meaning you can't sign other good players to play with. Makes winning way harder. It's a weird issue in the NFL right now where you can't win without a quarterback, but if you pay a quarterback too much, you also can't win. So you can't win without one, but if you pay him too much, you can't win. It's a mess. I don't know how to deal with it. I do know this. I would much rather pay my franchise quarterback $15 million and build a good roster around him, like a Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes makes far less than $20 million. It makes, I don't know what Patrick Mahomes makes, but because Patrick Mahomes is not making a ton of money, the Chiefs can have a great roster around him. I'd rather pay my franchise quarterback $10 to $15 million than $25 to $30 million and be able to build a good roster around my quarterback. So, I don't know. It's a mess. It's not a great thing. So, I don't think quarterbacks are overrated at all, but you definitely want to be careful. Do not overpay your quarterback because then you do not have the ability to build a good roster around them. Although if I did decide, here's maybe to be the devil's advocate. If I had to either example, if I had Aaron Rodgers was my starting quarterback, if my thing was either let him walk away and not pay him and find a new quarterback that sucked, or have Aaron Rodgers, and we're still going to suck, but at least we have Aaron Rodgers. I'd rather pay Aaron Rodgers and have Aaron Rodgers, because at least you're interesting with Aaron Rodgers. You may not win games, you're not going to make the playoffs, but I'd rather overpay Aaron Rodgers than let Aaron Rodgers walk away. So it's a very weird dynamic in the NFL right now. Again, it's just, this sentence is so weird. You can't win without a quarterback, but if you overpay a quarterback, you still can't win. Hi, my name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. Honestly, I hate doing these little pitches. I feel like kind of a used car salesman, but I have to tell you, if you don't subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports, please do. Subscribe on YouTube, on iTunes, on SoundCloud, Spotify very soon. It helps me. It means a lot to me. And if you really like Strong Opinion Sports, tell your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so much, and have a great day.